for Shanicia to watch. Probably help her out. This is done redirecting YouTube. Okay, looks like we are officially live. This is good. So what we're trying to do in this video is we are looking at the AOY directory of workers, and we're trying to set this up in a manner that it can easily be accessed. Just to review briefly what we've covered so far on the call, we just started the recording, is this is the directory of workers. Here we have a list of the people that we have involved here, and this is some of the people who are working with the Army of Youth, and our goal is to find out what they're doing. And the major purpose that we want to try to find here is internal communication, so people can understand who is doing what and who is a team leader, so that when there's new recruits that are being onboarded, we want to find out where can this new recruit fit in the ministry and in the team. And if we know who the team leader is, then we could direct them over there, and the team leader can then do their part in onboarding the new person to their team. So we just want a place that we can communicate who are the roles. Like as Bramilda shows here, that she is a slide designer. She's interested but unable, so she's inactive right now. And you can see some people are active in service and others are inactive in service. So we can just get a glimpse of what they're doing. And then what we looked at is there are some views. One of the major views is the board by status that we just created. If you click that, then people who don't have a status, for instance, like these four, they would show up here, and we want to know like who are they, where are they at, and we could just move them, click, drag, and drop. And we see, oh, Sherry's inactive and she's not interested. And Carlene is actually in the process of being onboarded, so she still needs help. So she's over there. But really, that's not the case. So we're going to put her back. And Sherry is loving her cooking job here. So this is what we did. We had it organized by people that are being onboarded. These are people who need training, who are kind of in the process right now. These are people who are actively serving, and they're doing stuff. They have some clarity, serving in some regard, form or another. These are people that are inactive and not interested. They are not working, and they're not about to be working anytime soon either. And these are people that are inactive, but they're interested. These are people that maybe have gone beyond the onboarding phase, and they need to be plugged in. These are people that are still in need of follow-up. They want to help, they want to participate, but they need some follow-up. These are people who I don't know what they're doing, and there needs to be, I guess, communication, see their level of interest, where they're at. Bramilda wants to help. She's just busy. She's not able to right now, but she still wants to be plugged in and part of the ministry. So we kind of created that for her. Maybe I'll put Marcel there too. Yeah, so that's where people are. That's what we got for this board by status. And then what we want to do is find a way to have it where you have a board by team. But what is this? No directory of teams. The thing is, so when we open them up, let me go back to this gallery. There's some, first of all, some flaws here that I found. It's kind of confusing. So if we have someone like, let's say, would be someone, slide design. Let's take Leah, for instance. So here's Leah. She is, she has a desire to win souls for Christ. Part of the challenge is that, see all of these, the arrows, do you see these arrows, Diana?
Yes, I do.
These are connections. Those arrows mean it's a relation to another database. In this case, these are like system hubs. And I realized that this links to every system that we have in the ministry and which ones they're responsible for. But the problem is that it started to clutter up the place, and I was like, oh no, that is not good. As far as where keeping track of people. And I was just wondering, like, I don't want to clean those up and not have a bunch of those. And I'm not sure how that fits as far as what teams are on, because I have a directory of teams as well. See the directory of teams right there? If I hit hold control and click it, then it'll open in a new window. And have you seen this directory, Sister Diana?
I don't think I have.
Okay. So these are some of the core teams that we have in the ministry. We have administration team, Bible reader team, co-card team. We've got some of these teams here. And it'll say what department they're in, and what team they're on. So they're kind of linked in that regard. Graphic design, and then in the graphic design, again, all of our systems are connected to this team. These are the ones that are involved, and these are
Oh my goodness.
the team leaders that are there. These are no longer active there. Rebecca's a team leader for the graphic design, so that needs to be updated a little bit. And then these are the people that are related to, like, these are people who are on the graphic design team. They're helping. This is what team they're on. So this is linking to the directory of workers. Let me go back. Yeah. These are the directory of workers. These are all the people who are working on this team. So it's kind of like what things are going on here. But as you see, these related to is kind of confusing. I got confused because I started creating copies. I'm like, oh no, that's not what I intended to do. But basically connecting them there. Why did you say, oh my goodness? What clicked in your mind?
Say again, what?
What just clicked in your mind that you saw?
Oh, what I was thinking in my head when you were doing that is whenever you do something, showing somebody a technique, like you're showing them where you're heading to, but I'm thinking working backwards after you do that is in my head saying, okay, where did he go to do what he just did? So I was thinking, okay, I was looking at how you pulled this page up. You pulled up the person's name, but on the same token, you did something on the right-hand side. I was like, what is that he did? So
Yeah. So who's the leader of the slide design team? It is Tina. Tina's the team leader there. So basically what I did here is it's a directory of teams. Just like you look up the directory of workers, we have a directory of teams, and they're separate because they work together here. So yeah.
Wow, so the onboarding should be pulling that up. Well, no, well, I mean, the onboarding should be placing people in these departments, but
teams.
Let's go
not
from
departments.
Huh?
They're teams, not departments.
Teams. We need to figure out who and how. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Who is going to do it, and when are they going to plug them in? Like after the discovery call is complete, should we have Leah? Like I can go through the list and find the basic area where the person is most interested in by reading off the teams that we have, and then Leah, I can send that information to Leah when I also let them know that they've been on their discovery call is complete, so she can go ahead and post on their getting started checklist, something for that department. Who makes the final decision where to put them at, what team to put them on? Who needs to make that final decision? Should they go ahead and be placed in a team so that once they're in that team leader could say, oh, I see that you're really actually interested in this. I'll go ahead and just send you over to that team over there. If they change, they just say, oh, this is really not my cup of tea. And then we can place them where they're better fitted. Is that possible? but try to place them ourselves at first. And then if it doesn't work out, they can always move to a different team. But at least they're plugged in.
It's a good question. I know that when you look at Life Church, lifechurch.volunteer, the way that they do it is, so we're not like reinventing the wheel, is that when you sign up to be a volunteer, then what's interesting is they give you this Google, Facebook. You're able to log in, and then what they do is they ask you like what you're interested in, like where you want to serve, and like this. See this right here? Like I want to serve on the connections team, the host team, the life groups, which is squads team, the operations social media team. So I could actually choose what area I'm volunteering for. So rather than us trying to choose for them, they're able to be like, hey, I want to help in this specific area. So they're self-selecting out of the options we give them. And then.
So how do we do that for ours? Should they do that when they first sign on and they fill out the enlistment form? Or should they do that with the discovery call? We should have that same kind of question somewhere. Yeah. That would be wise because we have different teams, you know?
Well, we have this volunteer form, this volunteer funnel. And so we got communications team, and we have content and writing team. We have finance team, social media team. We got the small groups. And so those are kind of the core areas that people have opportunities to serve. We could essentially put them here. And then as they choose which ones that they start with, we could help out in that area.
Okay, as long as that page is linked to somewhere on the onboarding or to the team leader so that they don't, I mean, if it's just out there, that information of whatever one that they chose. As
See,
long as
all these buttons go to the enlist form. See in the bottom right corner, I wish I could show you right here, but they all go to the enlist form when you click on them.
Okay.
So if it was put on the enlist form, then we all have that information.
Okay. So then I don't necessarily see that because I do the discovery call. So Leah would be the one that sees that.
You don't read the enlist form?
I don't ever see it. I mean, you mean I see the spreadsheet only. I see the spreadsheet.
That is the enlist form.
I don't remember there being a part on there that says that they're interested in communications or writing and editing.
There
I
isn't.
Don't remember.
There isn't. That's what we're talking about adding.
Oh, okay. I thought you said we have that. Okay, gotcha. Okay, so yeah, if we add that, that would be great. Yes, and I do read that, but no, that would be amazing. That would really change it all. But once it's on there, what's our step? So Leah would need to go to this directory of workers, and it had somewhere on there when you went to the directory of workers, you had on there, it looked like it had links, like when you pull it up, if you want to be in graphic design or whatever, it had like all these links of videos and stuff. Would that go on their getting started checklist?
Are you talking about when I was on graphic design for the team? And then I showed you that these were the systems that were connected to it?
Right.
No, those wouldn't go on there.
No.
This is mostly for the system hub, because the system hub, we got to choose what team it's connected with, and the whole system hub's organized by this directory of teams. They're all linked. Every system's linked to one of these teams.
Okay.
And so there's different views on the system hub based on these teams.
So when we read that on the enlistment form, so who should, Leah or I, should make a decision to put them in by according to that? And so I should send that link over to Leah and let her know that they're interested maybe in graphic design. And
send what link to Leah?
Well, I need to, she reads that also too, right? In the spreadsheet?
I think so.
Okay, I think so too, because she does the getting started. I mean, she does the onboarding. She has that whole sheet, and the only thing I have on there is the discovery call that I do.
Mm-hmm.
And then I send her a note letting her know that it's completed, so that when she's doing her checklist you know, the onboarding checklist, then she's able to check that off as completed the discovery call. So if she's reading on that, you know, what they're interested in, I guess then she would go ahead and put that on their getting started checklist, like the basics, like and send a note over to the head of that team
We could try that.
so that we don't lose them. They go straight to that person. They can get them plugged in and get them the links that they need for the project that's being worked on, or where they need to be serving at. That would be a good way to plug them in.
Probably.
Okay.
I think you're right.
And then Leah should be about done with all her finals. So I think I think I may have heard Kathy mention to somebody that I think today or something, this might be her last day of testing or something, doing her exams.
Okay. Yeah, she's done today. I heard her say it in a group chat.
Okay. So we need to update the enlistment form to have those teams listed on there, which team they're interested in. We need to update that.
Yeah, it's true. And on Life Church, the questions on the enlist form change depending on which ones you're interested in, which we could start somewhere and do something better.
Okay.
I think I need to clean this up a little bit and just try to make it a little easier. Directory of teams, what is that for? Property.
Would one of those be on there, what team they're going to be on? I mean, the directory of teams, would that not have been that? No.
Well, if they're updated, Shanicia added like this is 2/3 larger of a database than what I created. So a lot of these things are just nothing. The only thing that's on here is what Shanicia put.
Oh, she might have, because she's trying to manage it, so she's probably thinking that needs more things, information maybe.
No, I'm just talking about people. These relations are created somehow when this is the first time I ever played with relations when I was new to Notions. I created this like a year ago or something. I don't even know where that is. Where's that related to?
When it says related, it links other pages together.
Yes, other pages from onboarding your recruit. Yeah, that's something different. I don't need that. I guess you created your own onboarding board, so that's good. It's better that you create it. And then Joy's. I don't know if we really need that in Joy's. Oh, yeah, it's kind of good. Interested in. Okay, and then teams. Where does this link to? Yeah, directory of teams. So that's good. System owner. What if property name system owner already exists on this database? Why is there two? That. I hope I didn't just mess it up. I probably did. Probably really messed it up. Sure. Um, so that looks a little cleaner.
Mm-hmm.
And the job title, she helps with the email, maintain email list. It's not really a job title, but that's what she does. Gender,
Good though.
female, English, special skills, Facebook, nope. And okay,
That already looks better. It looks amazing.
yeah, I hope so. Teams. Oh, what team is that? Let's see. It's definitely marketing, but marketing is not really a team. Um, I don't know what team that is. Okay. So that's what she does. Now I'm trying to think. Oh yeah, I was gonna create this by role. Now I think it makes a little bit more sense. Group by. Oh, but they don't give me the option to group by a relation. That makes things challenging. Makes things really challenging. Group by team. I would like to. That's a bummer. So you saw how fast I could add people's teams. Boy, that would really slow things down if I had to go through each person. One thing we could do too is we could filter everyone that's inactive. So if we go status and is not inactive and not interested. Got rid of a lot of people. Add filter or is not interested and unable. Got rid of some other people. Oh no, she's right there. Okay, so these are only people are active and interested. Do you want this organized by or sorted by their alphabetical names, or do you want it sorted by where they're at, what their status is?
That is good question. That is good question.
As far as the gallery goes, because we could create a
Oh.
view that does anything.
Oh yeah. Good question. I know most of them are usually done in alphabetical order, but I don't know.
Well, we can keep them in alphabetical. That's fine. Boy, it's just a lot of work. Okay, I guess
Or
we
we
could
can do
just
the
go
other. I don't
alphabetical.
know. I mean, yeah.
So what Angela does, the team that she's on is writing. And I think I need to go to the directory of teams and job title. You pretty much want the job titles today, right? That's what you're looking for?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
So what we can do too is whenever a person gets assigned to a team, All we have to do is have that team leader, when they post that first page to that person, you know, the getting started in that on that team, they can just do at, and they can do it to the to Shanicia, and we can update the directory right then and there, what they're doing in the ministry. That's the easiest way to link it.
Okay.
They can just do the at. Or each team can be responsible for the people on their team to go to the board of directory and just update it. That might even be better yet.
It seems easier said than done.
True.
Because sometimes the team leaders are.
I agree. Okay, so you know what? That might not be the thing, because they'd all have to learn how to do all different things. Okay, so they're better off to just to do the at, and then to Shanicia or to the onboarding, somebody on onboarding to get that updated. Probably Shanicia, because she's going to be the one updating that page.
Probably.
Perfect. Perfect. And that wouldn't be hard, because then they don't have to make decisions. They can just say what they're doing, you know, if they're writing or if they're proofreading or whatever. That'll be pretty easy.
Probably would be. You're right.
That will be really easy. Okay, that is the best way to do that. And that's why it'll be easier, since she's managing that page. That'll be so much easier.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we came up with a lot of clarity today. Thank you.
Yeah. This thing is quite disorganized.
Well, brother, I'm going to have to go. I scheduled an hour time here, so I really appreciate you helping me, and for us to get this moving forward. I'm really excited. I think it's going to change. That's going to change a big chunk too. You know, it's going to transition the ministry.
That's good. I'm glad we made some progress. I'm sorry we didn't get done what we were trying to accomplish.
You accomplished a lot. Just you made the video, which is important. That's the system. We have the checklist of things that have to be completed, which is